Uh-oh, we need dinosaur power, now! Ah! Hey boys and girls, welcome to another super exciting, outrageous toy review. Today, we're taking a look at the Power Rangers T-RexZord. It's part of the Legacy Collection. The package features an interesting image of the Red Ranger inside the Power Rangers lightning bolt logo. The back of the package shows off a few features, as well as some of the other Power Rangers Legacy Collection products. Here we've got the T-RexZord and the mini Red Ranger out of the package. We're going to start by taking a look at their size because they're an unusual scale for Power Ranger toys. The Red Ranger is about 2.5 inches tall, while the T-RexZord is about 8.5 inches tall. He may be able to get a little bit taller based on how you position his legs. For the purpose of size comparison, we have the Red Ranger next to Scott Tracker from Mask. We've got a Starcom bad guy, and this is a modern Mega Construx figure here. Just to give you a little size comparison. I would say this figure's sculpting outshines its paintwork. It's a pretty basic figure, but it does have nice details. You can see he's got a six-pack, he's got his morpher on his belt, there are lines sculpted into the boots and gloves, but not a lot of paint apps. He has the diamonds on his chest, all white gloves, all white boots, so those diamonds are unpainted. The morpher's unpainted, and the belt doesn't even get painted onto the back, nor do the diamonds on his chest. So it is a pretty basic minifigure, but it is kind of cool. Non-articulated head, arms swivel all the way around, hinge joints at the elbow, hips that can go up for a seated position, no knees or ankle articulations, no rotations there either. So, pretty basic minifigure, but I do like him. I'm glad they painted the visor and the mouthpiece. It would have been nice to have the eyes on the T-Rex helmet, but pretty good figure. Let's check out the T-RexZord. Luckily, they did not skimp on details on the T-RexZord. This is a pretty nice figure, and I'm pretty excited to have it. I love the combiner nature of the Megazord toys, how all the Zords connect together to build the bigger robot, but each one of those Zords suffers to accommodate the combiner feature, just like the Megazord suffers by the fact that it is a combiner in its own articulation. This is the T-RexZord from the Legacy Megazord. So this has top-notch detailing, lots of die-cast parts, but really stubby arms, non-articulated tail, and it's just kind of blocky. I like it, it's fun, it fits in the Megazord. But this T-RexZord we just got from the Legacy Collection is what we think of when we see the T-Rex facing off against Goldar. Because you gotta remember, like the Dragon Zord, the T-RexZord often fought on its own without the other Zords, or at least for a little while before combining. So it's cool to finally have a really good battle version of that. The T-RexZord is mostly made up of red, black, and gray plastic. There is a little bit of paintwork, like the blue around his eyes, and some sticker details on him, but he looks pretty good. The silver isn't shiny or anything like that, but it's a nice kind of metallic swirl a little bit. He has an articulation point in his head to let him look up and down. He has an articulation point in his jaw. Now the mouth can't open super wide or anything. We don't get to see any cannons inside there. He also has an articulation point at his neck. That alone blows away the combiner T-Rex. Now as we move down to his arms, he has shoulder joints that move pretty far. In fact, his articulation is hindered by his hand hitting his knee down here. But again, it just depends on how we pose him, how much articulation we get there. Along with that shoulder joint, there's also a hinge joint at the elbow. This does not have a huge range of motion, but some. And then his hands can rotate on the end of his wrist there, which is pretty nice. The T-Rex also features a waist joint, followed by nice hip joints. They don't move super far either, but the range of motion is about as good as you could expect with this design. Follow that by knee joints. The knee joints are actually one of the better joints as far as range of motion goes. And then followed by ankles with pivots and rockers. which is kind of cool. Then we move back to his tail. About every 2 sections has an articulation point. So it's not insanely posable, but it's definitely the most posable tail we've ever seen. I would have never imagined we were going to receive a Tyrannosaurus Rex Zord with this much articulation. Look at that pose. Brick. Articulation. It's awesome. I wonder if there's a fan out there that's going to offer an add-on sticker sheet for this thing, because the one thing I would really like is some stickers to go down his tail to add just a little touch to that. The last feature to talk about on this Zord, which is fun for kids, probably take it or leave it for collectors, but the back section here can open up, and then you can take your little Jason or Rocky action figure, slide him inside, and close it up. There is no seat or cockpit details inside there. It's really just a hollow cavity to put the figure in, but that's okay. I don't really think it's a playset. It's, you know, a Zord, and at least you can use it as a vehicle this way. I'm sure there are loads of talented Power Ranger fans out there that could do amazing custom paint jobs on this thing. In the comments down below, let me know what you think of the Legacy Collection T-RexZord. Thanks for watching this SEO Toy review. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos.